Welcome to Jersey Beast TV, and in this video we're going to talk a little bit about training through injuries. Now when you turn 30, I know for myself when I turned 30, it's when I started to notice that I didn't recover as fast as I used to when I was in my 20s. When you're in your 20s, you can train through an injury and it just goes away on its own. When you start to hit 30, 35, and 40, the injuries don't go away as quickly. And this is usually due to years and years and years of lifting weights or old sports injuries you may have gotten in high school or college. And they're these nagging things that just kind of linger and never go away. That said, when you're injured, it's a very easy way to tell yourself to skip your workout. You could say, "Oh, my back's really bothering me today. I shouldn't do deadlifts, or I should just rest." Right? And that one part of our brain is telling us to rest because we know if we go to work out, and a couple things, if we go to work out and we can't do the typical exercises that we do. For me, big power lifts are important in my workouts. And if there's something that's taking away from those big power lifts, it's an internal mental struggle to think that I'm still getting something out of the workout. So, and I know some of you guys watching this are in the same boat when it comes to training through injuries. The other thing to note when it comes to being injured is that because we're telling ourselves that it's probably better to rest, we already go in with kind of one foot in the gym and one foot out of the gym mentally. So we're not setting ourselves up for success when we're injured. Now, there's a quick fix to this. We're going to dive into that. But before we do that, you just need to know that consistency wins over time. So even if you can't, you guys know me, intensity is key, right? I always say intensity is key. However, if you can't be as intense as you want to be, consistency still wins, right? So consistency wins over intensity, even though intensity gets you the results the fastest. But what you don't want to do is skip your workouts completely. So the quick fix to this, and it's pretty much common sense, but I think sometimes we need to hear this, is that you still want to train, but you can still do those power movements, just maybe with different pieces of equipment. So for example, if you're used to doing bar deadlifts with a straight bar, okay, maybe you pull the muscle in your back, or you have a trap issue or something that's really bothering you, instead of cutting out deadlifts completely, try and do deadlifts with maybe 2 kettlebells or a trap bar. So you're still doing the same movement, but you're not skipping the workout or the exercise completely, right? The other option is to just not do that exercise, right? So think of it this way. Deadlift is a hip dominant movement, right? It's a power move. If you're doing it right, you're driving with your hips, you're using your hamstrings and your glutes, not really using your lower back as much as people think that you are. So you can replace it with another hip dominant movement that may not be as taxing on the back, which is like a hip bridge or a hip thrust, right? So using the bar or maybe a dumbbell on your waist, you're laying on the floor and you're driving your hips to the ceiling. You're still engaging your hamstrings, you're still engaging your glutes. It's still a power move, but you're not really putting all that load on your back as you're pulling something up off the floor. So just a couple different ways where you can modify your workouts and not skip them completely, because as we talked about, consistency is key. Even if the intensity is lacking because of whatever reason, you're better off not skipping your workout, still getting it in, still making sure that you're making time for the gym, and still getting the benefits of training. Because I'm telling you right now, if you're a dad and you're middle aged, or I'm 35, I guess that's not middle aged, but if you're 35, 40, and you're training hard, there's a good chance you're going to feel these aches and pains. You have to figure out a way to work around it. Life is too hectic and too crazy, and especially at that age with kids and family stuff and probably the demands of work, it's too easy to put training on the back burner and say, "Oh, I'm going to skip today," because one day turns into 2 days turns into 3 days turns into a week turns into 2 weeks, and then you're going to kick yourself and be upset when it's time to get back in the gym because you're not as consistent, not as focused as you were a couple weeks ago, right? Think of this as a bike wheel, right? You're spinning the bike wheel as hard as you can, right? And it's going really, really fast. Now, when the bike wheel is going fast because it's consistently turning, all you got to do is tap it a couple times to keep that speed. The second the bike wheel slows down, now you really got to put some effort into spinning the bike wheel again to get it moving and get that momentum and get that consistency of the spins going again. So if you look at your training and your nutrition as the bike wheel, once you get it going, you just got to tap it a couple times. You just got to keep the momentum going. Even if you can't do your bar deadlifts, even if you can't do your bar squats. For me, I pulled a muscle in my back about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and it's killing me. But it doesn't mean I don't train. Okay, so maybe I lighten the weight on the deadlifts. Maybe I use kettlebells one day. Maybe I do hip bridges or hip thrusts on the floor. And, I nurse the injury as best I can. And what I tend to find, too, is that if I train through an injury and be smart about it, I actually feel better after the workout. I don't feel as beat up. I don't feel as tight. So movement's the best medicine for injuries. Just don't be stupid. Check your ego at the door and still get your workout in. If this video was beneficial for you guys, please subscribe to the channel. There's a ton more videos coming up. And be sure to check out my new site, beachbrotherhood.com. There's a free e-course up there for guys like you looking to gain muscle, lose body fat, and get your mindset in check as well. And the workout that you get for free is a workout you can do anywhere in about 10 minutes. It's killer. It'll help you get the momentum going, get that consistency going, to get back in the gym and live the life you want to live. It all starts with the iron. It all starts with the gym. I'll see you guys later.